to the story. Now to our last but not least story. You know, one of boxing's greats and two-time world heavyweight champion, George Foreman, passed on Friday night at 76. He rose to prominence when he fought the greatest, that's Muhammad Ali, in the famed Rumble in the Jungle in Zaire in late October 1974. Now, Foreman, one of the hardest hitters in the sport, left behind a staggering legacy in boxing. Tributes have come in for the late pugilist. Former heavyweight champions Iron Mike Tyson and Anthony A.J. Joshua paid tributes too. The long list includes veteran boxing promoter Bob Arum. There are special people in our lives who never leave us, even after they are gone. Good night, Foreman. Good night, Foreman.
Yes, you know, growing up, Foreman was my favorite boxer.
Oh, really?
I loved Foreman. I loved Leon Spinks and Ken Norton.
Oh,
Ken Norton was the one.
all of them had the same
that
similarity.
Yes, Ken Norton was the one who broke Ali's jaw.
All of them had the same similarity.
Yes, you know, and I was even watching a movie because there was one movie that Ken Norton played a part in, where they made him sit inside a hot water tank.
Okay.
The water was boiled, and then it was made to sit in it. So I didn't really like Ali because I felt there's so much noise and his lack of respect for fellow boxers. No, Ali will predict, he will tell you what round.
Yeah.
He
will have you knocked out. So those boxers will sometimes do their best to make sure that they don't get...
You remember Ali's second fight with Sonny Liston?
Sonny Liston.
People were still busy paying in when the fight ended.
So they don't, sometimes they would deliberately allow the match to end before the time that he said to end. And I remember, you know, NTA they used to show us those boxing, the greatest boxing matches in those days.
Yeah.
And Ali kept saying, get up, brat, because the guy had gone down too soon.
What's my name? You. What's my name?
He had gone down too soon, and he felt, look, what's the point? The time that he predicted that the guy would be knocked out, that time had not come. So he wanted him to get up. The guy refused. So, but for someone like Norton, George Foreman, that punch, he packed that punch.
Yeah.
Boxing, I doubt if boxing will ever see anybody with the punching power
It's
That's
crazy.
Him against
Frazier. He knocked Frazier down 6 times.
I doubt if boxing will ever see that kind of boxer again. He had the heaviest punch in boxing history. That was the way Donald Trump described it. Trump said, without question, the heaviest and biggest punch in boxing history.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
That punch to Frazier's cheek.
Oh.
And you know, in NTA in those days, they used to, when they want to do the program, that was the one, for the promo, it was that one. So as the guy was even running away from him. But he kept running after and then landed it on that cheek. And
Muhammad Ali adopted the rope-a-dope thing.
Yeah, you see why Muhammad Ali was able to do that. Foreman, like he said, Foreman was one of the greatest boxers that ever lived.
Yeah.
He was the best
puncher. Yeah.
He was the best puncher. He was only knocked out once in his career, and it was Ali that did that. No other boxer was able to achieve that. And the only way...
That means he could also take a punch.
Yes,
he could give and go take
the only way you can defeat him is like in football, if you know football. The only way you can defeat him is when you do the low block. When you do the low block, and then you wait, you allow them to attack you, and then you do counter-attack. That's the only way you can beat him. If you decide to play football, you can't do that.
He will kill
because
you.
what Ali, the rope-a-dope that you said, was that Ali allowed him to punch himself out.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he kept punching, Ali kept taking it.
And Ali was provoking
Ali kept
him.
taking it, allow him to do that. So Ali stretched the fight to the later rounds. Then Ali now started coming out to punch him. And he got frustrated because he doesn't move. You know, there are boxers and there are sluggers.
He's not interested in footwork.
He's a slugger. He's a slugger. He doesn't do things like that. But when your punch connects, you are gone. And it was before Ali was knocking everybody out. In fact, it was rumored at that time that they should not allow Ali to take that fight, that Foreman could kill him in the ring.
Yeah.
Because Foreman was knocking Freezer that took Ali.
Was undefeated.
Yes, the Freezer that took Ali to two epic or even 3 epic boxing matches.
Yeah.
Could not survive Foreman. Foreman was knocking him down about 6 months before the guy was knocked down.
Like a baby.
But Ali knew that when you move and you keep moving and you keep jabbing, you make the slugger to miss a lot of points. When he misses a lot of punches, he gets tired. When he gets tired, it's easier for you to
go
knock
for the
him.
kill.
It's easier for you to do it. This one thing that you have to know about Foreman was that Foreman is one of the few boxers that made more money after he retired.
Yeah.
Because when he first retired, he came back. When he had problem with money, he came back. And he became world champion again at the age of 45.
Yes.
You know, when he became
the oldest champion
at age 45.
1994.
And if you watch at that fight, man was kept punching him, but he was able to take his chances and he knocked him out. And after that, when he now retired, he became an evangelist.
Yeah.
You know, he started doing grills. And doing those grills, he wrote books about grills. That his grill machine became a runaway success. You know, he wrote books. He started appearing in films. So he was able to prove that with good combination, you can always win.
Well, as a Texan, everything about Texas, I'm told, is big.
Big, yes.
So his punches must be big too.
No, they think God blessed him with a powerful punch. You know,
An unbelievable strength too.
And he was also well built.
Yeah.
Well built,
Yeah.
and you see, his place in boxing history is assured, because to have come back after you won your first title in 1973, defeating the undefeated Joe Frazier,
Okay.
knocking out the undefeated Joe Frazier, to come back 2 decades later and then
still be relevant.
fight against a seasoned boxer,
Much
and
younger.
then win the WBA and IBF titles.
Yeah.
Nobody
defended it for 3 years.
has done that. Yes, nobody has done that. Look, 2 decades after you won your first title, to come back and knock out
At age 45.
at age 45 in 1994, November 1994.
Yeah.
So this guy's place is assured. His family in the pantheon of the greatest. You know, sometimes I was on Dr. Abbas Adetunji's wall. Somebody who likes boxing is based in the US. And they were talking about today's boxers.
No, they can't
And I said,
survive.
see, none of these
None of them.
yeah boxers can take Foreman's punch.
None of them.
None of them.
None
That
of
kind
them.
of punch to Joe Frazier's.
None
I
of
said
them.
Frazier was running away, as in a great boxer in his own right. If you watch that NTA clip again that they used as the promo for the boxing program, he was already running away. He knew that this guy will kill me, but he kept running after him and landed it on that cheek,
Have you
on the right cheek.
Have you ever envisaged a Foreman-Tyson matchup?
No, Tyson, they don't know. You see,
He will
because
have killed Tyson.
He will have killed
He will
Tyson.
have killed- don't compare.
Tyson is tailor-made for him. You know, because, like, you know, Tyson is more
Was
of
a
slugger.
brawler. Was a
Yes,
brawler.
brawler. So it's easier for him.
Yes.
When you stand in front of Foreman, he will kill you.
He will kill you. You can't
He will
keep
kill you.
coming.
The only person that can give him problem is Lennox Lewis. You have to have
Lewis is also well built.
Yes,
well
he's a
built.
boxer that can move.
And he
you
moves.
must box him and
Yeah.
move.
Yes.
But if you stay in front of him, he will kill, because his punch is not so hard. His strength is unbelievable.
The strength. Yes.
And then later, you know, he learned from the Ali tragedy, and he now became, he could take a lot of punch, because even when he won the world title, the guy kept punching him, and it was in the later round that he knocked the guy out. And he's somebody, unlike most boxers who, you know, Ali had Parkinson for a long time. He was in good health. He eats burger. He eats all those things. He was doing grills.
So he's
he was
the
involved
oldest
in church.
heavyweight
He was
champion.
involved in church work, and he was all that. So he lived fairly
He lived
well.
a good life.
To
Lived a
do
good
that.
life. So put
And he was
simply-
extremely extremely rich before he died.
So put simply, he came, he saw, he conquered.
Yes,
Yes,
he conquered.
yes,
No
indeed.
doubt
He
about
lived
it.
a
And
full
was a
life.
very good, like I said,
And he was also a good man.
Yeah,
He was
okay.
also a good
Yeah.
man.
A good
Controversies,
family
No,
man,
no,
yeah.
Yes.
You know,
Many
because he was
boxers,
religious, yes.
many boxers squander their riches.
Oh, yeah.
You can't say that about
Foreman.
Foreman. Foreman, when you look at Ali's strategy against Foreman, reminds me of Sugar Ray Leonard's
Yes.
strategy
Against,
Marvelous Marvin Hagler.
yes.
Yeah.
It's just exactly like that.
Yeah.
He was not prepared to do a toe-to-toe with him because Hagler is not interested in a toe-to-toe.
Yeah.
So he kept dancing around.
Hagler got
take it
Hagler
around.
him.
Hagler got frustrated that
Yes.
he almost ruined his career because he said, that all those punches were not really hurting him. And after he lost that fight to Sugar Ray, he started abusing his wife. He was accused of beating his wife and all that because he got very frustrated.
Yeah.
He
You know?
frustrated him. He was just dancing around,
So that's the only way you can beat Foreman. You have to be a boxer that keeps moving and then keep jabbing him. But because if you stay
Do
in
your
front
best
of
to
him,
exchange,
yes,
to escape his punches.
Yeah.
yes.
Ali
If you
could
stay
do
in
that.
front of
Ali,
him,
I've never seen a boxer who used the ropes the way Ali was using the
Yeah.
ropes. For a person that big, people like Julio Cesar Chavez, people like Sugar Ray Leonard, they are
yeah.
young. People
No, all
like
of them even
Mark
copied
Breland.
it. They copied
Yes,
it
they
from
copied
Ali.
it. Because they are smaller.
yes, it
You
is
can
easier for
understand
them,
their
yes.
mobility. But Ali was big, yet this rope-a-dope, he said
But he introduced it then.
he-
The
yes.
rope-a-dope thing. The rope-a-dope, he introduced it. Then the jabbing and movement, Ali introduced it.
Yeah.
Before, boxers exchange blows,
Yeah.
but Ali was the one that started this, I float like a butterfly and
Yeah,
sting like a
sting
bee.
like a bee.
Because he kept moving because
Yes.
of good footwork. And a lot of boxers after that started doing that same style.
But this
when you
is,
box and move and
this is not to rattle both of you. Ali, Bomaye, I no go forget him.
Yes, Ali Bomaye is, because, the fight
Yeah.
happened in Zaire
Yeah.
when Mobutu Sese Seko was still in charge. So it happened in Zaire.
I was in primary school.
And
Yeah.
because people could identify a lot with, because I used to go to Lanlate, that's why we have a satellite station there,
okay.
to go and watch boxing.
Okay then, folks, we must go, but not.
we will never have great boxers like that again.
Yeah.
Even in the lighter weights.
Yeah.
Some of the stars that we had in the 80s and late 70s, we don't have them.
We don't have them.
We
Yeah.
don't have them now.
All right, that will just about do it for our program, Journalist Hangout on Sunday. Join us tomorrow for the regular episode of the program. Takes place from 5